Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to counter the EFF's views on supporting Russia in the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Okay, one, the EFF is lying in saying that Russia is not intentionally targeting civilians, Ukrainian civilians in this conflict, and Russian soldiers that have been captured by Ukrainian forces have testified to this. And also, there was this art school in Mariupol, Ukraine, that was housing 400 refugees that couldn't escape Ukraine. Well, Russia tried to shell that art school. Now, there's no report on how many casualties they happened, but Russia did intentionally try to kill those civilians that were in that art school. They have shelled residential buildings intentionally. They've upped their use of missiles on civilian targets. It's just there for everybody to see. They've shot at Sky News journalists. That has been caught on camera. And the Sky News journalists had all the gear that said they were journalists and not combatants. And the EFF is lying. Basically, Russia is targeting Ukrainian civilians. Also, the Soviet Union that helped against the anti-apartheid, that helped the anti-apartheid struggle, even though they did that to push their ideology, not any love for black South Africans. At that time, Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union that helped black South Africans during apartheid. So Ukraine helped them as well. At the time, Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union. Now, after the Soviet Union dissolved, each country came its own, but Ukraine was a sovereign country with an elected president of Zelensky, and Zelensky is Jewish. He's not Nazi, so Russia's not trying to remove Ukraine from Nazis. That is a lie, and the Russian soldiers that have been captured by Ukraine forces have testified that Putin lied to them about that. So there have been several former Soviet republics that have joined NATO, and there's been no problem, and NATO has not tried to invade Russia because of it. Estonia has joined NATO, Latvia has joined NATO, I believe Lithuania has joined NATO as well, and yes, Ukraine has requested to join NATO, but NATO has denied them membership. So, and Estonia and Latvia joining NATO has not threatened Russia. They have not waged war on Russia. Because of that, they're joining NATO to protect against a Russian invasion, because Putin says the biggest depressing moment of his life was when the Berlin Wall collapsed and when the Soviet Union collapsed. Putin is trying to rebuild the old Soviet Union, and whether if these old Soviet republics want to go back to the Soviet Union or not. And that is Russian hegemony right there. That's not American or Western imperialism or Western hegemony. And you could argue whether if Libya was better off under Gaddafi economically or worse off, but Gaddafi was a dictator. Gaddafi ruled with an iron fist and killed many political opponents. It wasn't Western imperialism that collapsed Gaddafi. It was Gaddafi's idiocy and craziness. And now granted, Libya may not be in a better state, but Gaddafi was not an angel or a hero or a saint. And the EFF is making him out to be one. And so anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.